You know, there's a special kind of cruelty in taking something beautiful, something that took decades to create, just because you can. But sometimes, if you're lucky, life gives you the chance to take that beauty with you and leave the takers with nothing but emptiness. This is the story of how my neighbor lost her dream home, and how we made sure the greedy people who stole it got exactly what they deserved. In my neighborhood, most houses looked like carbon copies. Same front lawns, same beige siding, same 3 types of mailboxes. It was the kind of place you could drive through and barely remember any of it, except for one house. From the outside, it had a charming little cottage facade, cute, but nothing that'd stop traffic. But once you stepped inside, you were in another world. Every single wall was a story. The hallway? A lush Disney forest with painted sunlight filtering through leaves. The dining room? A full Beauty and the Beast ballroom, complete with chandeliers and swirling gowns. The guest bathroom? An underwater reef in blues and silvers with fish so vivid you swore they'd start swimming. It wasn't just paint. Rebecca's art felt alive. Rebecca herself was one of those rare old-school creative souls. She'd been here since the mid-'80s. Once an art teacher, later the owner of a small paint and wine studio, and finally a retired commission artist who still took on projects just for fun. She was the type who saw beauty in everything. A chipped teacup? She'd turn it into a planter. A beat-up thrift store chair? A weekend later, it looked like something out of a gallery. We didn't exactly start as friends. She once told me my truck was too loud and I didn't take it well, but over time, we got past that. She'd wave when I drove by, stop to chat about the weather, even bring me cookies during the holidays. She had a handshake deal with her landlord. Her murals were fine. She could live there as long as she wanted. And when the time came, she'd get first shot at buying the place. It wasn't written down, but she trusted him. And for over 30 years, that was enough. Then, everything changed. The landlord passed away. His kids inherited the property. One day, one of the sons showed up with his daughter to inspect the place. I happened to be outside washing my truck. When they went in, they were quiet. But when they came out, the daughter had this look. You know that expression people get when they've already decided something belongs to them? Yeah, that. She kept glancing back at the house like she'd just found her dream Pinterest board in real life. I overheard her say something like, "Oh my God, I could totally live here." And my stomach just sank. Sure enough, a week later, Rebecca got the letter. They were ending her tenancy. The excuse? The murals were damage and violated some clause. Never mind that they were works of art. Never mind that the only reason they wanted her gone was because the daughter wanted her home, murals and all. Rebecca didn't have a formal lease. She'd been there so long it was basically a trust arrangement. She tried to fight it, but without paperwork. It was over before it started. I'll never forget the look on her face when she told me. Her voice cracked. She kept saying, "I just thought I'd grow old here." But Rebecca's tougher than she looks. With barely 2 weeks left before she had to be out, she found a place in another state. Bigger, cheaper, and here's the kicker, it had a full art studio on the first floor. She was ready to pack up and go, leaving the murals intact. Maybe a small part of her hoped the daughter would at least appreciate them. That's when my buddy Mike, professional painter and power tool enthusiast, made his move. "You want me to Rebecca Standards this place?" he asked with a smirk. Now, Rebecca Standards has 2 meanings in our circle. The full magical, colorful fantasy, or the complete opposite. The opposite being soulless house flipper chic, flat white walls, depressing gray trim, the kind of luxury look you see in every generic listing. Rebecca thought about it for maybe 2 seconds before grinning. Let's do it. Step 1, we moved all her furniture into storage. Step 2, Rebecca moved into Mike's guest house for free, on the condition she painted him a massive mural in his living room. Step 3, we got to work destroying the vibe. Week 1, we sanded everything. Every single brushstroke of magic. Gone. Hallways, blank, bathrooms, empty. It was like watching color drain from a dream. Week 2, Mike rolled out his pride and joy. an industrial-grade sprayer, 4 passes per wall, and every trace of her art disappeared under heavy coats of white Kilds primer. Then came the Depression palette. Walls, dead, flat white. Trim, dull gray. Cabinets, darker, soul-crushing gray. Even the warm wood paneling, painted over. Outlet covers and light switches. Yup, gray. By the time we were done inside, it didn't just look empty. It felt empty. Cold. Lifeless. But we weren't finished. The daughter had loved the cottage-style facade, so naturally, we ripped it off. Mike's landscaping buddy came in, tore out every bush, flower, and bit of charm, and replaced them with gravel and a single lonely boulder. The front yard went from storybook to prison yard in 48 hours, and just for fun, Mike painted the mailbox the same depressing gray as the trim. When we finally stepped back, the place was unrecognizable. Rebecca's art now lived in her new home, safe forever. A couple weeks later, I was back in the neighborhood fixing something for another neighbor. I glanced at the art house, still empty. Curious, I asked around. Turns out, the daughter and her family pulled up with U-Hauls, but never unloaded them. No one's seen them there since. My guess? She walked in expecting her personal fairy tale, and found a lifeless gray box instead. And that's the thing about beauty. You can't steal it and expect it to feel the same. Without the heart that created it, it's just paint on a wall. They wanted Rebecca's home. Instead, they got 4 walls, gravel, and a boulder. And the reminder that greed can strip a house as soul faster than a spray gun ever could.